Let's try another visualization. I want you to imagine waking up in your bed and beginning your normal morning routine. Wash, get dressed, eat, do the usual things in your mind. You look at the map you have drawn of your sacred landscape around you, and you decide to visit a well-loved spot. It's a place that feels like another home to you, a place you are deeply familiar with and have built a strong relationship with. When you arrive at this place, you see there are others gathered, waiting for you. They greet you as priestess and await the beginning of your ritual. You are there to conduct a sacred ceremony. Imagine how you create this experience. What do you see as the elements of your ceremony? Candles, flowers, water, dirt. How do people respond to your ceremony? Quiet and solemn, or singing and dancing? What is it that you want to inspire in others? What effect do you want your priestessing to have? Priestessing as an art. Okay, coming out of visualization, let's think about what priestessing means to you. Some priestesses develop their confidence and ability a lot faster than others. Priestesses around the world agree that we do most of our learning and growing in real life situations, not on training courses or reading books. You grow fastest when you're taking on challenges that force you to adapt. This means that you need to start practicing the art right now if you want to develop this skill. You have opportunities to learn and grow as a priestess every day. You don't need to wait until that next spiritual pilgrimage, certification, initiation ceremony, or esoteric degree. You can develop while you're doing what you're doing right now. In this regard, improving as a priestess is no different from improving in many walks of life, such as playing an instrument or a sport. You need to actually perform the art of priestessing on a regular basis. There are 3 steps, 3 keys. Plan the ritual, invite participants, and make the magic happen. These are the basic steps, and it is possible for you to practice this art today. You have the ability to receive divine guidance, to listen to your intuition, and visualize the kind of ritual you want to create. Is it a sunrise ceremony on the beach? A full moon gathering in the forest? A passionate dance among standing stones? A quiet prayer by a sacred well? A single candle lit at your home altar? But wait, there is an audience. They are watching you. Do you feel shy? I want you to consider that there is always an unseen audience around you, observing your actions, receiving your offerings. Whether you are stood at a simple home altar or out in a field among the trees or by the sea, you are never alone. You are surrounded by a spiritual neighborhood of hidden folk that see your ritual. Interpret this how you will. I am not here to tell you what to believe in or who to worship, but I want you to consider that all of nature is alive and that you may find many unexpected friends in the wild. Design your ritual with the intention of inviting participation. Ask that the life force around you bear witness, and not only watch, but be engaged in the activity. You're not putting on a show for a passive observer. You are opening up a conversation to form an alliance with the spiritual community. Listen, pay attention to the response you get. Feel the reaction. Your ritual can be as simple or elaborate as you like. The important thing is that you sense something working. It may not be obvious at first. I know that sometimes it can feel like you're talking to a brick wall. You may actually find it easier to develop your priestessing if you engage other people in your ritual and get feedback from them. If someone else is with you, you can ask them, what did they feel? Did they sense something that you didn't? Working with another person or several friends can be very helpful. It's even possible to do this through social media, a WhatsApp call, a video stream, whatever kind of technology you use to communicate. I do this on a regular basis. I just prop up my phone, point the camera at the altar, and invite friends to join me online. Don't worry too much about the aesthetics. Yes, it's nice for an altar to be visually pleasing, but it's not all about looks. Your art is less of a painting to gaze at and more of a dance to move with the music. There needs to be some fluidity, some intuitive responses. If you're just reading a ritual text and going through the motions, it can feel stale, lifeless. So allow yourself to dance with the ritual. You could literally start dancing, singing or playing music if you like. A lot of people find this technique works really well for them. At the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way of practicing your art. It's something that you need to create as your heart's response to engage in priestessing. So your key task is to go ahead and do your priestessing. Do it alone, do it with a friend, do it with a group, do it among total strangers. Even if it's just 5 minutes in front of your altar, that's something. It doesn't have to be long and complicated. To plan a ritual, ask yourself, sky, what do you want to achieve? What effect do you want to create? Sea, who is this ritual for? Who will benefit most from this? Land, when and where is the ritual going to be performed? Invite participation, whether someone can be physically present or observing for a live video stream. If nobody can join you in the moment, then make a recording of the event, either by making a video or just writing down what happened, and ask someone to offer their feedback. Take note of any afterthoughts, reflections and experiences you encounter through doing this. Now, once you've taken this first step, just keep doing it. Make a regular habit of it. Take any obstacles that come along the way and use your creativity to work around them. You have the keys. Sky is your ability to be inspired, full of bright ideas and hope for the future. Sea is your ability to emotionally connect with the people and spiritual presence around you. Land is your ability to find practical solutions rooted in the here and now. So throughout this course, I have given you the keys. I've described to you the keys that you have within you, rediscovering that power and that ability, understanding your own power and ability. And now that you know these 3 keys, I want you to use them, put them into practice. It's the only way to learn, is to actually do the work. So I want you to do it tonight, today, tomorrow. I want you to do it as soon as possible. I want you to do your priestessing, do your ritual, do your work, express your creativity, express your spirituality. Do it as simple as you can, do it as complicated as you like. It's completely your choice, and every priestess is completely unique. So don't worry too much about comparing yourselves to other priestesses. You can learn from each other, you can take inspiration from each other, but you don't have to be the same as each other. So thank you very much for listening and following along with these lessons. I hope they've been helpful for you, and I hope you put this knowledge into practice. Thank you very much, and goodbye.